What up, what up? What's going on? Live from the 856. This is channel 856. Back again, week 7. It's your boy, Danny X.
Jared, we're reporting live. Week 7 is upon us.
Yes, sir. As always, like, comment, and subscribe. We appreciate y'all staying tapped in. We got the giveaway selected. We will reveal at the end of the episode. You will see that we did a wheel spin. So, yeah. That'll be at the end of the episode. We'll reveal 2 winners. We'll reach out to y'all and, yeah, get a hat and make sure that's shipped and sent however it needs to be. But as always, we'll start with the standings. Damn. Cool. Awesome. They look grim, obviously, for myself and my co-host here. I'm 2-4. Was the king of the 2 and 3s. Now I'm the bottom of the 2 and 4s. So went from 5th to 9th. We'll get into the matchups, but it was just a tough week. I mean, I was expecting Josh to have a tough game. I think I talked about it a little bit, but unfortunately wasn't enough flop there. Ramonde was tremendously horrible. You will get to that as well. Trade happened this week. But yeah, so our producer, director, wizard behind the camera is still at the top of the league, dominating accordingly. 6-0, 780 points through 6 weeks. Yeah, still very dominant. Alex is right behind him at 6-0 still as well, 709 points. And then Zaire's the lone 5-1, who I play this week, so definitely got to get a loss under his column for to keep the league integrity, right? So Keemus at 4-2, Red at 3-3, Chris at 3-3. Red made a big jump. I know he was had a couple tough weeks, from when we played, and then I think he lost the week after, so or won the week after maybe. But 3-3. Him and Chris are tied currently. Steen, myself, and Scoop are 2-4 right now. Fortunately, Jared, Foom, and CP are still tied for last place at 1-5.
I'm reporting live from the gutter. Reporting live. For sure. That was actually the Drake and Lil Wayne joint?
Yeah.
That's really how I feel right now.
That's a classic. I haven't heard that in a while. But, yeah, man. Continue, if you would like to elaborate on, we can go into your matchup first.
Yeah, let's jump into it. I played Keemus. It was rivalry week this week. So me and Keemus got a long-standing, going back and forth, some close games, nail-biters. 1 year I sweep. For him, it's been Dub City. I think he's up 5 on me. 5 straight W's, 2 years sweeping. A third year is still currently pending. So shout out to Keemus for that. He's been holding it down strong in our matchups. Head up for real. But yeah, for the most part, we went into it. We both went into it. Quarterbacks, I don't know. I felt like Stafford. I had Drake May and Stafford. I ended up going Stafford. That decision cost me, but I ended up really liking Stafford for upside this week. He had back-to-back 300-yard games with 3 touchdowns.
Yep.
Ravens had some injuries going on. C.J. Stroud just lit them up, so I felt good. He ended up, unfortunately, had the Lamar injury, so he had to go Tua. So I thought both quarterbacks struggled. His running backs, I was watching both games. They were just tanking. Like Josh Jacobs, he couldn't be stopped. He was a monster. It was just every play. It was crazy.
It seemed like he was cutting 7 or 8 every time he touched the rock, bro.
Every play. Genty was looking good. I didn't really watch the Commanders game, to be honest. Once I saw the Falcons lost, it was kind of pointless. Jamar, he looked good with Flacco. Tucker Kraft had a nice touchdown play, running through people. Jameson was doing his thing. That was he said something in the chat like, "Oh, that's why I trusted him." That was a good play for Jameson Williams this week.
For sure.
We both made a decision to sit. In hindsight, a decision that kind of hurt both of us. I sat Drake May. He sat Goddard. I think I looked at the optimal points. When you look at the matchup breakdown, and it would have been like a 5-point game. So
yeah,
really good matchup. It would have been definitely down to the wire if we would have put our 2 bench players up in there. But I don't know. Overall, I was kind of pissed. I think Saquon, Dobbins, and Monty's touchdown got called back.
Yep.
That hurt.
That was crucial.
I thought it was tough because he would have had back-to-back weeks with a passing touchdown. That would have been tough.
No, for sure.
Brian Thomas had a 50-yard touchdown taken back by Travis Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
And I was talking to Ev. I was like, yo, this is the Brian Thomas week because they had Julian Love and Devin Witherspoon injured. So I figured.
Man, I think Rick Woolen didn't play
Rick
either.
Woolen got hurt too, yeah. So I kind of saw Brian Thomas finally coming alive. And when I saw that, that was like a gut punch.
Nah, it was the same thing for me. I lost to Chris 98-91.6.
Damn, I didn't see this.
Yeah, it was tough. Like, Josh only had 19.4. He underperformed. For me, it was just a stinker from Ramondre Stevenson, and I'll get to how he got acquired to my team. And then Keon Coleman's trash. He was not on my team. This is a live update. He will be getting dropped
this morning,
like
into the wee hours.
By the time October 14th is over, he will be dropped. So he's awful. Like. And I don't know if it was, definitely a lot of AJ Terrell shadowing him all game, but like even still prior weeks, like he hasn't, it took like a overtime shootout for him to have his only, maybe even like 5+ point game. He might have had like a 7-point game.
He scored versus the Jets. Maybe no, he didn't score.
Oh, he had a 8-point game versus the Patriots.
He's not week 1.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That was like the only time he did, and it took an overtime shootout for him to get there. Like, so that was rough. So the wide receivers underperformed. Etienne, Stevenson, Myers, Coleman, Hunter Henry, all under 10. But my flex and my kicker and my defense all kept me in the game.
Those are great waivers. Oh, my Lord.
For sure.
I'm about to say that it was like 2 to 3 weeks for you. I noticed the game well. I think that was week 5.
I've been coaching.
I would say adjustments.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I noticed McManus was out, so I had to grab Pinheiro just because he was the only kicker. He came up with 17 too,
yeah,
but
for
yours
sure.
is clean. And then the defense, that's a big trust. I'm
yeah,
not gonna lie. That's
huge
a big trust.
That was just like, honestly, if I wasn't a personal fan, I probably wouldn't have did it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Vidal,
another one.
I was saying last week, I was like, I am hopeful, I'm optimistic that he is the choice back out of the two. He got way more snap count. He was running the ball hard, pass catching. He worked hard for that touchdown he acquired. So Cameron Dicker's probably, if not the best kicker in the league, just sturdy. And then Raiders defense was 16. I think it was several sacks, fumble, picks. So, yeah, no, our defense is low key underrated. I feel like it's solid. Tyree Wilson's finally coming along. A lottery pick we made. Max Crosby is Max Crosby.
So y'all signed Jermaine Pratt.
Yeah, Jermaine Pratt. We have like subpar, like decent corners, but like they get the job done enough, I guess. But and then we have Laulu. I don't want to mispronounce his name, but we have a Samoan nose tackle who's a beast. I think he has like 4 sacks already, something like that. But he's having a really good year too, so that's helpful. But Chris had Allen McCaffrey, and they underperformed relatively. AK and AJ Brown both had 10+. Tyler Warren, that hurt. That was probably the one touchdown that hurt the most out of all the ones that happened. He got a stinker from Flournoy, which I was happy about because I feel like that was like the combative play because which I will get into. I keep saying I have CD now, so that was probably the play to combat CD and kind of like a stick it play just to try to like capitalize off him not playing, but didn't work out. Nick Folk had 12. It's killing me because, as you know, like the touchdowns that y'all should have scored or the way y'all should have drove the ball, he would have had less points. So, but nonetheless, even if I started Caleb Williams, who had 21, even if I started Gainwell or Harvey, optimally, I would have lost. So it is what it is.
I don't know why Chris started that Flournoy kid over Hollywood. I know that's just hindsight, but I
think he grabbed Hollywood late.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I didn't know about Flournoy too much, to be honest, but maybe you know something.
He had I think he had 100+ when they played not the Packers, but the week before. The Giants. Okay. I think he had 100+ against the Giants. So yeah, that was my matchup. Tough matchup. I didn't really feel optimistic about it from the start. So, but I mean, one game out of the playoffs. So gotta look at it like that. Zaire has tough buys this week, so hopefully I can capitalize. Let's see. Let me scroll through the blowouts.
I didn't look at this week's
I
matches,
gotta,
unfortunately.
I gotta watch. I gotta go look at the. I gotta add them up to see how many dog walks we have at the end of the year. I'll watch all the episodes and see how many dog walks we have. But that ain't doing. Okay, cool. Steen, you are the dog walk of the week by our director, wizard, producer, my boy Quinzel. 133 to 85, a drubbing of epic proportions. George Pickens was absolutely disgusting on Sunday. Bijan Robinson was absolutely disgusting last night.
32.
Like, those two
Stop.
combined for 60.
Yo.
Like, that's a combination of 60 right there. And then Kyron with another 15. Prescott obviously having the stack with Pickens, another 28. Fergie leading the way, having the double stack. I forgot
Triple
that he has
stack.
like Prescott, Pickens, Fergie, like
Just like
solid.
Just
Keep an
more
eye
before.
keep an eye on Mecca Ibuka. It doesn't sound too bad. He only had 3, but obviously with the team performance, he was perfectly fine. Quinshon Judkins played a tough Pittsburgh defense. Yeah, it's crazy. It's Ibuka and Judkins having 3. You would think if you didn't look at the rest of the team, he probably might be in a tough out that game. Could have started Baker Mayfield as well. 23, Warren 7. Matthew Golden had a really good game. I watched a lot of that, and Xavier Worthy. So I'll advocate for my boy real quick. In the power rankings given by Chris, a lot of people said he had the worst receiving core. That he drafted a lot of hope, a lot of potential, a lot of high floor, low ceiling players, and it's proven to be he probably has the best wide receiver core in the league now. So along with, I've always said he has the best running back tandem in our league. So dominance. Jared Goff for Steen only had 20, only person over 10 besides Lad McConkey, who had 20 as well. So twin dubs from Jared Goff and Lad, and everybody else was under 10 there, unfortunately. Steen, let me get Kenneth Walker, bro. Evan won by 3 against Foom.
Oh.
Yeah, close matchup. DeAndre Swift made it a very close matchup. Krosky Merritt, if he doesn't lay a stinker, definitely would have got the dub there.
He has 26 versus me. I mean, why not? Like 2 touchdowns. Pepsi played the ground, played a week. Like, no, I guess not. Like, hey,
Pepsi ground player,
yo, just
crazy.
like wild, like.
JSN proving to be a stalemate, like a baller.
He's a dog. Boy, the Jets could have drafted him, and we draft Will McDonald, but hey.
Yeah, I mean the Raiders could have drafted everybody. So, Sam Laporta with 14. Just a tough week. Underperformance from Chase Brown, underperformance from Rome, and Wild Bill. While Red, Rico Dowdle is just
CMC.
a baller. Yeah, like just reincarnated. Taking advantage of the injured Chuba Hubbard. They're definitely going to have to figure out how to make sure both of them, or maybe they go run first, and Bryce Young, you just might have to be a game manager because they're running the ball really well. 31 points from Rico Dowdle, 22 points from Herbo. He made a last-minute decision with Zonovan Knight, Bam Knight, 11.9, served them well. Trey McBride with a late touchdown in their game, 17. That's pretty much it. Just did enough to get the job done there. But the Sam Darnold JSN has to be talked about as one of the best stacks in fantasy football going right now. Let me make this a little bit quicker. Alex, 129 over Scoop, 110, a.k.a. Rebirth. You'll see why. His name is Rebirth. In a little bit. Patrick Mahomes, 38. Looking like Patrick Mahomes of old. Jared will have a prediction for him and probably why he will continue that trend. Derrick Henry, 13.5. Jonathan Taylor, 21. Jalen Waddle, 12. Drake London, 26. Travis Kelce, 10. Team is turned. So, natural build, that's a lie. He's gone to Columbia several times, but that's like our little metaphor for trades and building teams.
Oh, I was wondering. I was like, what?
Yeah, his name is Natural Build because now he's claiming that he didn't get 2 BBL trade lifts prior to this team formation. Or not 2, just 1, but whatever. Anyway, doesn't matter.
Gotcha. I see what you're doing there.
Scoop, Jaden Daniels, 27, had a really good game last night. Devon Achane on his team. Yeah, I know. We'll talk about it. I keep saying it. He has 29. DK Metcalf was on his team before, 17. Devontae Smith with 6. Darren Waller with 8. Diggs underperformed. Packers defense underperformed. And Brandon Aubrey, tried and true, as one of the better kickers in the league. And then Zaire rounding out the week of matchups, 107-82 over CP, a.k.a. the Spinners. Jalen Hurts, 22. Cam Scattaboo, 30 points for Zaire. So probably looking at a pretty bad loss if Scattaboo doesn't have that game. Well, not bad loss. He loses. Anything average, he probably should lose that game. Cooper Kupp with 11, late pickup for him. He grabbed him before me in the waiver report last week, so that was a good pickup. Rashad White, 16.1, utilizing the snaps with no Bucky Irving.
Shocked. Denver Broncos defense looked good against the Jets. Shocked.
Yeah. Broncos defense with 13 for CP. Another underperformance from Marvin Harrison, unfortunately. I think he got hurt in that game as well.
Concussion.
Yeah, he's in protocol all week. Zach Ertz, tried and true, another touchdown week, another 10-plus game. Tedero McMillan got his first touchdowns of the year. Did he have 2? I think one might have got called back, but he definitely had a touchdown. Sutton, unfortunately, underperformed, along with Travion Henderson and Javonte Williams. So that is the roundup of the league for this week, last week, week 6, and yeah. So on to the NFL week, which was pretty eventful. Broncos and Jets, unfortunately, in the London game, it was a horrible game.
Dookie Bookie Bowl.
I got up because I had to watch Bo Nix, and that game was just horrendous to watch. 13-11, obviously. Eagles-Giants started off the week 34-17 on Thursday. Raiders, yeah, it was a good game. Giants came to play. Scattaboo was going crazy.
It turned over there.
Yeah, for sure. Raiders got a dub over the Titans, 20-10. Browns, Steelers got the dub over the Browns. Big win there. Chargers over the Dolphins. Any notable ones? Rams, no, it's not really notable. They beat the Ravens. No Lamar. Seahawks on the road against Jacksonville. I picked Jacksonville last week. I definitely thought that they were going to get that dub. We all picked Dallas. Vegas picked Dallas. Everybody picked Dallas. They lost to the Panthers, who put up a good fight, good game. Buccaneers are rolling, playing really good football.
5-1.
Yeah, 30-19. Went out, beat the Niners. Packers over the Bengals. Chiefs over the Lions. Like I mentioned, Pat Mahomes is looking like 2020, 2018 Patty Mahomes. Falcons over the Bills in an upset on Monday Night Football, as well as the Bears over the Commanders, what some consider a upset, but the Bears are very talented. Got a late kick from Jake Moody. Any games stuck out to you? For me, Bears Commanders last night was fun. It was a great finish. Packers Bengals was solid. And then the Cowboys Panthers is probably my favorite game of the week. It's a good matchup, good football. All right, yeah. Jared, what you got?
Definitely the Cowboys Panthers was good. Bucks and 49ers. Bucks games are really entertaining. Baker's just a dog. He be just getting hit. Like, Mahomes get hit and be complaining, looking for flags. Like, Baker, he'll get up and start talking and then talking junk. Like, he look like he about to be the MVP.
Every week he has like a 3rd and 8 he takes for like 17 yards, trucks somebody, gets up and flexes.
That's what I'm saying.
It's
He's
like
not
every
looking
week
for flags. He's out there playing football.
It's a dog.
For real. So, I like what I see when I watch him. He's definitely very entertaining. Lions and Chiefs obviously was good. The scrum at the end was kind of corny, but
Super.
whatever. And I wish I kind of would have seen or got to see the Seahawks and Jaguars. I thought that game defensively probably was fun to look at.
Yeah, for sure. A good week of football.
For y'all.
Yeah, no, I can't complain. I mean, it should be good when we play the damn Titans. It better be. As of right now, best teams in the league are the Colts and the Bucks, 5-1. Shout out Steen, shout out Quinn. Teams are rolling. So onward and upward. Now let's get to the fantasy football stuff. We will start with waiver wire. Jared, would you like to start us off with the waiver wire for quarterbacks, sir?
I'm down. Let's do it, D Brown. So quarterbacks this week, this is going to be, unfortunately for me, a familiar face. I'm going to do a deep dive, unfortunately, with Aaron Rodgers as one of my favorite waiver streamers of the week. I know it's ugly, but they play Cincy. Short week. I'm not too sure if it's on the road, actually. I think the Steelers. I apologize. I didn't look at it myself. But I don't even think that matters, to be honest. I like DK Metcalf to get without getting to something later. He's been playing well. I just think
Steelers-Bengals Thursday night.
Steelers
in
at
Cincy.
home, away. I like Mike Tomlin because I feel like he's going to get them guys prepared. He said something about, like, why would you trade your divisional?
Oh, he was hot about that. I saw that.
So, like, he knows, like, this is a game, like, all right, like, y'all want to do that to try to stop us from winning? All right, let's go.
What's the GM? Andrew Berry, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I didn't even put that together until he made that a point. It's like, why would you give relief to a struggling team like that is, like, usually your biggest threat, like, right now? So
Literally,
why would you
starter?
Yeah, why would you give them a crutch to hopefully? I mean, we'll see. Maybe the Steelers could bury them in 205, but yeah, no, absolutely. But yeah, no, continue.
I think Rodgers can have definitely a 2-touchdown game this week. I can see Bryce Young playing well against the surprise New York Jets. Michael Penix showed a little bit of something last night. Tua, Jackson Dart more like bench holds with upcoming buys for me. But Jackson Dart's definitely been playing well. He's using his legs well. Running backs, how we looking?
Yeah, looking, it's a little bleak. Everybody I feel like is on a team now, especially with different injuries and everything like that. If you don't have one of Vidal or Haskins, probably go with Vidal. Like you saw in my game, he had 21, very good performance. So
you got the hand for the waivers,
bro. Yeah, I gotta be on it, man, because I don't have like a lot of star power. So like, I gotta make sure like I gotta get plug and play players that are gonna be productive immediately. On to the Arizona running backs. Michael Carter was solid. I started him in my ESPN league. Bam Knight was solid. Both putting up, I think Michael Carter had like 8 and a quarter or something like that. And then Bam Knight scored. So solid for sure. Kareem Hunt is the touchdown back in Kansas City. So if he's not on your team by now, for sure grab him. As it says in bold here, grab your handcuffs. Like, make sure you guys have position players for these upcoming weeks, for these buys, for these mid-season injuries. It's not going to get easier, so make sure you guys are prepared and ready for that. All right, how are we looking at wide receiver?
Definitely could be some confusion. Like for me, Kendrick Bourne and the boy Booty.
Yeah.
Definitely some eyes for me, opening my eyes this week. Kind of seeing what they're going on. Looks like they both have quarterbacks have chemistry with their quarterbacks, Drake May, and I know at the time it was like Mac Jones over there. I think Brock Purdy's still going to be banged up, so they've played before in New England, so I figure that is a very underrated connection over there, especially seeing Juwan Jennings has low and high ankle sprains, 5 broken ribs.
He played with 5 fractured ribs on Sunday.
Like, what are you doing? So,
how are you running and breathing?
Thank you.
At like
Jumping.
an NFL level.
Imagine, he's probably took,
bro,
painkillers.
no, you're right. Anything to go for a pass,
getting hit, man. Not even let alone the stretch, like full speed jump stretch. Imagine them getting hit.
Who they play? The Bucks?
Yeah.
You run into Levante David over the middle. You're catching slant.
Zion McCullum, or just boom, hit you hard, the shoulder. But
ridiculous.
Definitely, with the 49ers injuries, Pearsall's a little bit banged up. He was somebody I'm looking at. One of my rules of thumbs, kind of with fantasy over the time, is rookie wide receivers. Like, they might get better after bye weeks. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at the Texans guys. Jaden Higgins, I think he scored finally when they played the Ravens. Coming after a bye week, maybe he might get a little bit more work. A couple packages, gets that extra week of practice, maybe find some more confidence. Romeo Dobbs is someone I really like in that Green Bay offense as a red zone. And then Josh Downs, I seen Adonai Mitchell kind of cost himself. Looks like his rotation spot in the wide receiver room. They're 4-1. I'm sorry, 5-1. If any injuries go down, could see more uptick with Josh Downs. Adonai Mitchell fumbled across the goal line. Now he's a healthy scratch, so less competition there.
Yeah.
Josh Downs scored this past week too, so
absolutely.
Yeah.
Still doesn't make sense how they're 5-1.
I don't know, dude. But I'm gonna pass it to you. NBA's almost on the way, so we're gonna give them go with the tight ends.
Yeah. So David Njoku picked up a knock. So Harold Fannin Jr. has proven to be solid. Has been a good safety blanket for what was Joe Flacco, and now is Dylan Gabriel. Hopefully Shedeur Sanders. Darren Waller has again looked like 2018 Oakland Raiders. Darren Waller, balling. If he's not on your team right now, I would definitely get him as a handcuff for these upcoming bye weeks. You got Barner out in Seattle, who's been pretty solid. Sam Darnold's making sure everybody gets fed between Horton, JSN, K9, Charbonnet, and Barner. Playing really good football up there right now. So definitely want to look at Barner. I said it last week, despite the Jet success, Mason Taylor still has a high volume of snap share, snap, and targets. So keep an eye out for him. Just no look. Yeah, just eye. Taysom Hill, stash him for coming back from IR. I'm pretty sure he scored this past week.
He did.
So definitely someone to look at. Yeah. How about kickers?
Kickers, I got to give some love to my boy Eddie Pinheiro. Last minute, at a 4:25 kickoff with Packers and Bengals, and it was like 3:50 or something. And I'm just on the app, but I was mostly watching it on my phone, like full screen, so I really wasn't looking at the matchup. But something when I guess I turned the screen and it showed the matchup, and I was like, oh wait, he's inactive. Like, so I had to scramble. And something just said, go with him, 49ers, Mac Jones, maybe more conservative game. He had 17, I think he had 4 or 5 field goals, so he definitely did his thing. Chris Boswell, I think there could be some more scoring opportunities on a short week, too. Bengals defense is god-awful. My boy Kami Fairbairn coming off bye week. A lot of people like myself could have dropped him. I think it's Blake Groupie from the Saints. Definitely had an underrated season so far, but the Saints are playing... If I can remember correctly.
Saints have the Bears.
Okay, thank you for that. Definitely could be a more competitive game for the Saints. And then Will Lutz, Giants are playing Broncos playing the Giants. So someone, again, versus another New York team could be more scoring opportunities for him this week.
100%.
Round it out with the few defenses we got.
Yep, we got the DSTs starting with Kansas City. Kansas City will be playing the Raiders. Just expect what it always is with the Raiders and Chiefs, except for Christmas 2 years ago. Pretty much been dominant. So their current line is 12.5. So expect a drubbing. Chiefs in Arrowhead, rivalry game in October. It's not looking great. So on to the Cleveland Browns. The Browns are at home against the Miami Dolphins. 2-1-5 Stinkaroos, Stink Bowl Fest. You just probably won't get much from either side. Just expect poor football. Tua blatantly called out his coaches and leadership and said how they're late to meetings and things like that. I don't know how you can put a optimized, maximized product on the field when things like that are happening. And the Browns will always be the Browns. So check out the Cleveland Browns. They have a stout defense that keeps them in any game for the most part. They're not getting beat overly bad. It's just, offensive side. So definitely look to Myles Garrett and those boys. They still turn the ball over. They still cause havoc. So definitely look at Cleveland. We got the LA Rams. They're playing the Jaguars in London, mate. A lovely jubbly game. So I would say stream the Rams defense. It's pretty good pretty good game for them to have right there with the Jaguars in London. It's a little bit weird. Jaguars are a very wishy-washy team right now, and to catch them in London should be a good opportunity for them to play. So if you need a defense, check out the Rams. And then finally, we have the Patriots. They're playing the Titans. Enough said. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. So, before we get into the bold predictions and rankings, I will break down the trade that was made. So, I know I mentioned it a bunch of times. So, 3-team trade. We can't show the transactions because it looks goofy. We had to do a bunch of I's and T's, the dots. So, myself, I was the recipient of Travis Etienne, CeeDee Lamb, and Ramondre Stevenson. I gave up Ashton Genty and Jamar Chase. Yes, that's my core. Had to get a little bit more depth. So, Kemis is now the owner of Ashton Genty and Jamar Chase, as we talked about with his matchup with Jared, as well as getting Tyler Thornton, Kansas City. The third team is Scoop, who now is the owner of DK Metcalf, Devontae Smith, and Devon Achane. So, only one of us won. Kemis was the only one that won. But I know CeeDee Lamb will be back this week, and I should be good to go. And I think I'll be on the up and up with my team. Scoop's team played well as well. So I think we all did some pretty good business there. Solid trade. Not too much noise there. Yeah. So you want to do rankings first or your bold predictions?
We can do rankings. That's fine.
Let's do it. All right. You started the first one. I will start this one. Excuse me. All right. Teams on bye this week. You got the Baltimore Ravens. You got the Buffalo Bills. So no James Cook. No Khalil Shakir. No Josh Allen. No Dalton Kincaid. No defense.
No D-block.
No, yeah. None of that. So, no.
Zay Flowers.
No Zay Flowers. No Derrick Henry.
Josh Allen.
No Mark Andrews. I think that's really it as far as people you should be starting from those two teams. Ravens defense you should not be starting.
No Kincaid.
No Kincaid as well. Dawson Knox if you're streaming. Dawson Knox. All right, QBs, green lights, full go. Pat Mahomes against the Raiders, just alluded to that. Dak Prescott is going to be facing the
Washington Commanders.
Yep. So good divisional matchup there. I think Dak was. They're the high power offense. Full steams go. They're playing at a high clip. They score the ball a lot in a bunch of different ways. Despite being 2-3-1, I believe. So that tie is ugly. That sucks. But as well as on the other side of the ball, Jayden Daniels. So our numbers guy here, our fantasy matchups guy in-house, Jared, thinks that'll be a shootout. So it should be a high-scoring game. Curious to see what the point total is at. 55.5 makes total sense. So Vegas is expecting a shootout. Jared is expecting a shootout. Baker should have a lot of his weapons back. Just like Pat Mahomes, Worthy, Rice, Juju, Thornton, Hollywood, a lot of weapons. Travis Kelce. So Baker as well, he's been balling. You can't not start him, must start. Some of the names that you probably aren't expecting, just like Jared mentioned with the waivers, Aaron Rodgers, Thursday night short week against the Bengals. Take an opportunity to capitalize on the short week. Divisional game. He's looking forward to it. He mentioned at the end of last week, at the end of the game, how he loves the rivalries in the North Division, whether it's AFC or NFC. So he'll definitely be ready to play. Caleb Williams is a gamer, despite how they got a dub, but despite if they win or lose, he's proven to score points now. So if you have him as the option, he could be a perennial starter for you. That is the case for me. I'm not crazy about Bo Nix right now, and I will definitely be starting Caleb. For that game, they are facing the Saints at the crib, so that'll definitely be a full systems go there. Keep an eye on Danny Dimes until he proves you or shows you otherwise. You start Daniel Jones. You start Sam Darnold, like I mentioned, one of the more prolific offenses in the league up in Seattle with Dallas. And then Bryce Young had a pretty good game. They're playing the Jets, so anything versus the Titans, anything versus the Jets, you fire up right now.
Fire him up.
So
Low key, I might take him bet over 1.5 touchdowns this weekend.
yeah, no, it's solid. That could be a play for sure. Caleb Williams and Bryce Young, might as well like put them both on the 2 number 1 picks on the play.
Away now.
Pump the brakes on Jalen Hurts. It's not really through the air right now. It's tush push vibe. So Vikings defense shows a lot of different looks. They get very creative. It's in Minnesota, so it'll be interesting to see how the Eagles travel as well. Justin Herbert, they are facing the Colts, a very stout, tough defense. 2 of the bigger, better records in the league right now. Have a 4 o'clock matchup on Sunday, so be a little bit weary of that. Justin Fields with no G5 is tough. Stafford with no Puka is tough, especially with a elite defense like Jacksonville. Guys like Tua and Stroud haven't proven themselves, so definitely do not look those guys' way either until proven otherwise. All right, who's got to go for running backs?
Definitely obviously some studs you're going to go ahead and start. Rico Dowdle, I say keep on plugging away if he's in there. Javonte, definitely a familiar face. I'm actually liking, there's a few sleepers this week. For me, I really did. I don't know, it's crazy. I was throwing salt earlier, but JCM this week, I like versus Dallas's defense. I really like Kamara this week versus the Bears defense. I know the Chiefs usually have a strong run defense, but I think Ashton Genty, the Raiders, are not going to want to kind of throw the ball and get into that kind of scoring. I think what I've seen last week, too, they're going to want to slow the clock down, feed Ashton Genty. Hopefully, they can keep the game close.
Yep.
So I'm liking those players. I think the Patriots running backs, though, too. I think this is a game maybe both can get off. Chiefs running backs can get off. The Chiefs are playing Raiders, and then Rashard White, too.
Got the Titans, yep.
So definitely some familiar faces, but some ones I might like a little bit better, have more of a chance at a ceiling game this week. Definitely someone I like a lot more this week's Kamara, though.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm pumping the brakes on a few guys. A lot of names that I don't like this week. Achane, I don't like his rushing output, but I definitely think he'll get the receiving usage versus the Browns defense, a lot more dump-offs. Kyron, they're playing the Jags. I can kind of see that game getting one-sided where they're going to both maybe pass a little bit. I can see both defenses coming to play, but those London games are weird. I don't like the Giants running, so I'm going to say Cam. I know he's nice. He just had 3 touchdowns versus the Eagles. I don't know if he repeats versus Denver. Their defense plays very hard. They get after the passer. They're just a tough defense, tough group. Not liking Saquon. He hasn't been performing this year. And then they got Minnesota. Not really sure what's the Eagles' offense's problem. But I'm a little bit down on him this week. I think this week he might get a little bit more uptick maybe in receiving. But his rushing, not too fond of, I should say. I don't like I know maybe Aaron Jones, I think he's actually hasn't been activated off IR just yet, but Jordan Mason, he might get the full share this weekend versus the Eagles with a healthy Jalen Carter. I don't know. I'm kind of staying away from that. You got the hot hand with the waivers, but I'm not really feeling the Chargers this week with
Eddie.
Running. Yeah, I'm not. I don't think I'd really start Vidal. I think again had a good game. I mean, some people might be desperate, so I can understand. Chase Brown, I'm not starting under any circumstance. You're gonna be starting your Thursday out with a stinker. I feel like so. I don't know. Travis Etienne, someone I can get behind though this week. Not a good matchup, but I can see him delivering.
Like just early, and it's just a nasty London game, just running. Hopefully, that's what I'm
11, 12, 13 points. And kind of just being the lead guy in that game. I can see one of those.
100%.
Well, I'm going to give it to you. Wide receivers.
You know the guys. Jadis should be back. Hamstring injury. No, wait, he got it last week?
The boy Quentin Mitchell, he's out. Saw he left.
Right. Okay. I misread that. That's my fault. That's my fault.
That's me.
Fire up Justin Jefferson. Quinyon did leave with a hamstring injury for the Eagles last week. So, shit. If it's a Dory Jackson or Ringo, he might have
Ringo's not playing against George Justin.
He might have 300 yards. CD, DVD, CDs. Do you get that reference for my team name?
Yeah,
from Barbershop?
Yeah.
So CD Lamb, anticipating playing, so I'm excited to see how he performs on my team, especially in a prolific offense like Dallas. Rasheed Rice should be back playing for them against the Raiders. Talked about our secondary earlier, very Q is Mike Evans trending to playing, right? So fire up Mike Evans. He'll be looking to be impactful, especially pending the results of Egbuka and Godwin. Devontae Adams, always a volume target. McLaurin should be back. Terry McLaurin for Washington. Keep an eye on that. Jordan Addison is definitely one to fire up that got highlighted just because he'll be seeing a Dory Jackson for the most of the game, so it's probably just get torched. So Jamison Williams, or go ahead, go ahead.
My bad. It's funny, ironic, I guess. I played Quinn this week, and I remember 2 years ago, I think it was his rookie season, and it was week 2, Vikings in Philly, and I'm watching the game. I'm half asleep. I'm just watching it. Jordan Addison scores 2 touchdowns, but it's like these deep bombs. I do
remember that.
Half asleep. It's like, Jordan Addison goes. I'm just like, what the? And I'm just screaming. I'm just like, yo. So that was just funny because I'm like, oh, he plays Philly again, and I play Quinn, and it's like, oh, but I don't think Quinn has him. Zaire got him, I think. So it was just funny.
Addison, yeah. Yeah, he has double Vikings.
PTSD there.
Nah, for sure. I feel you, bro. Addison, fire him up for sure. Definitely have a bad CB2 on him. Waymo, Jamison Williams, he's looking like a good play. They have the Buccaneers. Should be a very high scoring game. 52.5.
Yeah.
Why they have them by 5.5?
Who's 5.5 Lions?
I'm spamming the cover. Bucks to cover.
Okay.
They're not out of any game, bro. There's never a game where they're gonna look like they're out of it. Hey, y'all got another Monday night too.
Maybe tease that to 7 down.
Yeah,
7.
Yeah, no, I would easily
smart.
put them covering a touchdown. They're not out of any game. They play too hard. Sorry, what was I saying? Oh, J-Mo, yes, against the Buccaneers. Fire him up. He had a really good week last week. Scored. Should be looking to compound on that. Worthy Brown, Chiefs boys. I was telling them before we started the pod, they look like they have a lot of good chemistry going up in Kansas City in the wide receiver room. So look for those boys to continue to have success on Miradas. Romeo Dobbs, Matthew Golden, play very well. Packers is an offense that LaFleur makes sure everybody gets fed in that offense. So look forward to them. And Chris Olave, I think they play hard. The Saints play hard. Their record doesn't show it, but they play hard. And I think that they will, still compete with Chicago as much as they can. And Olave is definitely one of Rattler's favorite targets. Slow down on guys like we were saying, Philly wide receivers. You just don't know what's to expect out of their offense. Is very hit or miss, especially with the Vikings defense, where they're going to show you a bunch of different coverages. They're going to line up one way, and then once the play starts, they're in a different coverage. So with MSJ and concussion protocol, as well as Kyler potentially being out, don't want to mess with that. Denzel Ward will probably be shadowing Jalen Waddle because he is now the one, with Hill being injured. So be wary of that, especially in a close game where the Cleveland Browns make you have to earn all of your points. Certain Curtin, I like that. Certain Curtin, I like that. That's tough. You never want to start somebody. He's been putting wide receivers in jail for 6 weeks straight. So Wan'Dale Robinson is probably a no-go. Jacoby Myers, Trey Tucker is just depends on what Geno does, man. Right now, that's not great. 9 picks in 7 weeks, 6 weeks, 9 picks. That's ridiculous. And then Jawad, like we said, played with 5 cracked ribs, ankle sprains, and then it's a whole heap of a mess. So probably not there either. So maybe pump the brakes on him and lean on was it Kendrick Bourne and Jake Tongas and the other kid's name? It's not coming to me, but whatever.
Pearsall?
Ricky Pearsall, yeah. So, Go that route if you're going to lead on San Fran. San Fran is playing the the Falcons. Sunday Night Football. Oh, that should be pretty decent. So yeah, what you got with the tight ends?
Obviously, start your guys. Tight end this year, very bleak. You got to start your guys. Ferguson, Kraft, Warren, Laporta, McBride. But Goddard, too. Waller is someone I'm definitely looking forward to starting this week. I know Cleveland's tough, but maybe over the middle he can see a lot of uptick. Kelsey's historically had good games versus the Raiders. He's worth a shot. Big on Harold Fannin Jr. this week if Njoku's out. Hunter Henry, I think he can have a good game versus the Titans. Mason Taylor, someone with Garrett Wilson out, I would definitely be looking at if he's on the waiver wires if you're in a pinch. AJ Barner, again, we mentioned, he's been heating up with Darnold. Zach Ertz is someone too I got my eye on. It looks like he's definitely has something against Dallas, but he be scoring against them a lot. And I figure if Terry McLaurin doesn't play, I would like him a little bit more. And then this is just strictly based on the matchup, but the Steelers tight ends, I'd probably prefer Jonnu Smith over Freiermuth, but the Bengals are so bad against running backs and tight ends. Like, I just say spam the stream against, like, you fit them in your lineup if you can, and good things usually happen. So, sure. But I'm just a little bit down on TJ Hawkinson. Not sure if McCarthy's trending towards playing or if it's Carson Wentz. I'm just not feeling it. I think the Eagles' defense, you're not going to really beat them with the tight end. Their secondary is pretty strong. I think this week can more be outside, like Justin Jefferson or Addison. And then Juwan Johnson, I think with Taysom Hill back and Foster Moreau, his target volume shrunk. First 2 weeks of the season, he's been playing pretty well. The last 3 games have been a grenade in your lineup. So if you can get away, please get away. He's probably approaching droppable territory, Juwan Johnson there.
Nah, for sure. One tidbit, too, back to the wide receiver room. Treylon Burks went to go work out for Washington. I think either he's going tomorrow or he worked out for them today. Especially with Terry. I've always liked Treylon Burks as a talent. If you have really bad wide receiver need and you want to take a gamble, why not? Treylon Burks I thought he was always been good. Didn't have the quarterback he probably needed at Tennessee, so never know. But as far as kickers go, we talked about Pinheiro earlier. We talked about Cam Dicker and Boswell. Another one to look at is McPherson. They're probably going to deal with a lot of short fields. Or not short fields. They're going to be not getting to the red zone and having short drives, I should say. So definitely look Evan McPherson's way at the crib where he's used to kicking. Will Lutz. Bagley that's the Colts, right? Bagley, yeah. So look for them. That should be a pretty. Indy to San Fran. I feel like they don't make that travel. I feel like teams that don't make that travel often to a place is going to have a tougher time because they're not used to being there. So I say that to say that Bagley should have a good game because maybe they might not get in the red zone as much. Maybe it might be a slug out to really. Solid defenses who did just lose Fred Warner, though, so we'll see how they're about to capitalize that. Maybe even fire up Jonathan Taylor a little bit more as well on the side. Pump the brakes on Daniel Carlson. Yeah, it's just probably not. I mean, he might have looks at it, but in Arrowhead, windy Arrowhead in October, it could be a tough play. McManus has a quad injury, so definitely keep an eye out on that. Jake Elliott, although he's inside, should be a tough game for them. He might have long looks at field goals, so seems to be taking a little bit of a dip. He seems like he does his thing, but not the lights out kicker that they had rely on in a season or two ago. So that's for the kickers. So just be wary, start your guys. As long as they're not on a bye and they're on a high scoring team, just play them. Simple as that. All right, let's close it out with the defenses, Jarrett.
This week, this is tough, and I feel like this year it's definitely been one of the more fun years at like streaming defenses. Some of them have been more obvious, like this week. I think if Kyler's out, Green Bay would be an obvious choice. One I really like this week, and unfortunately I'm playing against, is New England. Tennessee just fired their head coach. Usually that is one of the biggest warning signs. Stuff is going wrong in the building.
Yep.
But like in a fantasy football matchup on a short week, what kind of preparation is that offense going to have? You know what I mean? So those kind of things I'm factoring in. New England, I think they'll be able to shut them down. Christian Gonzalez will take probably their best receiver out of the equation. And at that point, again, a lot of confusion. Rookie quarterback, new head coach, and I think it's going to be confusion all over there. So
100%.
New England, I have a very strong feeling. Bold prediction coming with them. Kansas City, I think at home, they'll rebound again. They're kind of angry, pissed off how that kind of scruffle felt. And then, fortunately, Raiders are coming in town, rivalry game. I can see Kansas City's defense looking to clamp down. Denver's playing the Giants. Could be good. Another New York team for them to play. Steelers, we talked about. Carolina, though, is one sneakily a lot of people wouldn't probably suspect, but they're playing the Jets. No Garrett Wilson. I think that could be a worthwhile gamble with sacks, turnover potential. Same thing when I'm thinking with the Cleveland-Miami game. Both defenses, I think, unfortunately, so bad at the teams that, like, you're likely to get turnovers. You know what I'm saying? You're likely to get a really big special teams return, possibly, because the teams are so bad, maybe missing a tackle and things. So those are some defenses where, again, Carolina, Miami, or Cleveland, defenses like that this week. New England might be one strong, can grab off the waivers, but they're making a appearance in my top 12 for the week. Also, Chicago versus the Saints. Could be, again, bad teams, bad play, all it takes. This week, I am looking to get away, though. The Chargers. Philly, they're playing Minnesota. Great play caller, Kevin O'Connell over there. If I could, again, no Quinyon Mitchell, so I'm kind of losing the upside against the Minnesota receivers. Washington versus Dallas. I don't know. This one bothers me because I know Dan Quinn's on that side of the ball, and he's obviously was a coach.
Get back, yeah.
Yeah, he was the coaching over there against Dallas, so he should know what Dak's weaknesses are. It's just I think Dak's such a good player, and he's playing so well now, it might not matter.
Right.
So, Arizona, especially if Kyler's not out, and then San Fran, they lost Bosa and Warner. I don't really have interest over there.
Yeah, it's tough. Two staples of their offense. All right, your time to shine, brother.
Last week's bold predictions, I apologize. I didn't get a chance to recap them. However,
I got you. Nah, stay where you at. I'll pull them up, and then you can keep going on your current ones.
Let me know what them bad boys was.
I got you.
I'm trying to remember offhand.
I'm about to say, you can go into your first one if you want.
Yeah, I think my first one for this week, we'll recap in a minute. First one for this week, though, week 7. Dan, unfortunately, I got Mahomes. I can see him QB1 on the week. I'm going 4 touchdowns versus the Raiders.
Their respect.
It could be 1 rushing, could be passing, but I think he'll hit 4. I think Rashee Rice gets one back. They'll find a way to kind of scheme one up for him. Welcome back. They were wearing them T-shirts for... Look, I don't agree with him, but I do think that he'll be a missing element in that passing offense.
Nah, 100%.
Mahomes has been looking real good, so I think this is a ceiling game for him this week at home.
That middle to deep threat. For sure. All right, so last week, to sidetrack real quick, Stafford throws for 3 TDs in 3 straight weeks.
Jesus. I could use that.
They only had 17, I believe, 17-6, so I'll give you an X on that one, unfortunately. Bo Nix finishes at the top 10 quarterback. I'm going to have to provide you another X as we both watched that game, got up for that game. My fantasy implications relied on that game. Trash.
He played okay, but he
definitely
wasn't. Yeah.
It's 1 touchdown. He played well, though. He was moving the ball, I will say. And Rico Dowdle will be a top 15 running back in a revenge game versus Dallas on the nose.
I think he was top 3, right?
Yeah, he might have been the best. It's Scadaboo, him.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
I think he outscored Scadaboo. Somebody else that was around him.
And
John
Swift.
Bijan.
And Bijan was number 1.
Rico was number 2 in the week.
Yeah. No, good call on that one. You get a green check for that one. So 1 for 3 on that one right there. So, all right, you got 5 this week. What we got for number 2?
Number 2, unfortunately, another player I'm going against this week, but I really, really, really like Quinshon Judkins. I say he scores 2. I know he had 1 call back. I can see the Dolphins defense, we were running all over them, the Jets, and unfortunately we had a turnover or a fumble at the goal line. I can see Judkins, they're not going to want to throw the ball. Well, they probably will throw the ball, but they're not going to want to continuously throw the ball 30-plus times every week with Gabriel. I think this week they can go back to the ground game. Judkins, I'm going to say he finishes a top 5 RB with 2 touchdowns.
Okay.
I'm going to go DK Metcalf, 5th straight game with a touchdown. Cincinnati Bengals can't guard anyone, so this is just one of those. He stays hot. This one is going to be kind of maybe like a small parlay for this weekend, but Dallas Goedert, Mason Taylor, Harold Fannin, and A.J. Barner. I have them all scoring a touchdown this week. I think it's just one of those weeks where the kind of like the not no name, but the lesser name tight ends kind of shine. And depending upon the matchup, I know Garrett Wilson's out.
Heavy volume tight ends, too.
Eagles wide receivers haven't been getting the ball, but it's been Dallas Goedert getting the ball.
Dallas Goedert package in the red zone.
Packages. Like, Harold Fannin, just think with the Njoku injury, he can get the red zone look if there's one to be had there. And then AJ Barner, I'm just gonna go with my guy. He's been playing ball. I just kind of learned about him this year, so he's been playing ball.
I was not familiar with his game.
Right. And then this one, I'm gonna go for a spicy one. I got Cleveland and I have New England finishing as top 10 DSTs this week. I think New England can get definitely down this week on oh my god, who they playing? Titans. Yeah, they're gonna get down on them. Like I could see a return, Christian Gonzalez pick 6. I could see a fumble recovery. I saw Devin White go screaming down the middle on a blitz and just knock the ball out of Cam Ward's hand last week. So I'm like, they can't block over there.
I love Devin White.
Yeah, it just looked bad.
I get it, Quinn. I get it now. Devin White is a dog. Like he's everywhere. Yes, he had a pick, forced fumble, and 9 tackles. He's a dog.
He definitely was invading the field. So I think that kind of continues. New England's defense, I think they'll score whether it's special teams or defensively, but I think they score this week. And the same thing, Cleveland. Tua averages like a turnover a game. He's very sloppy. Unfortunately, the team is very sloppy with the ball. They're trying to block Myles Garrett. This is a week where I could easily see a strip sack, fumble scenario, and hopefully a scoop and score. So those are going to be my bold predictions for the week, y'all. We're going to tune back in next week and see how we did.
100%. 100%. So, I didn't mess up the mic, did I?
Drum roll?
Yeah, it's a little mini drum roll.
Hey.
All right, so shout out my boy Ye Rich. We just win him. Shout out Ye. You are the first winner. And then
let's go.
I don't want to mispronounce it, so I'm gonna say DGENT. You are the second winner. All right. I believe you know my co-host here. Got some ties up in the Big Apple. So
okay.
Yeah, you guys are the 2 winners. We'll get a hold of y'all through email or messaging of some sort. Get y'all hat sizes. Get y'all preferred hat of choice. Yeah, I know you want some sort of Baltimore or something. So make sure you get a hat from the flock. And, we appreciate y'all subscribing, and we'll continue to do this. 100 is a shirt. So we'll continue to give back to the people that are supporting us as best as we can. But now it's time for me to put my thinking cap on. We got Guess the Player, then we got Rapid Fire, and then the Lakers play the Suns at 10 o'clock. So Luka's preseason debut.
I hear that. Guess the player time, y'all. Y'all know what it is. Appreciate again all those who participate in the challenge. We're going to get right into that. Shout out our winners, though.
Yes, absolutely.
Week 7, I got 4 players this week. One of them from last week, so I'm going to reuse this guy.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
But I updated the stats, and then I got 3 fresh ones, that I just kind of thought of. So.
All right. What's the position breakdown, brother?
I got quarterback, tight end, receiver, running back.
Start with the QB.
All right. This one is QB 8 on the year. They have a total of 133.68 points.
Ballin'.
They average 22.28 points per game.
Ballin'.
This year, their scoring has been 31.48, 24.84, 17.82, 12.38, 20.68, and 26.48. They're 129 of 100, or for 100. Sorry, they have 129 completions out of 180 attempts, passing at 72% completion rate, 1,502 yards, 8 touchdowns, 3 picks. They use their legs a bit. They got 24 attempts for 76 yards, 4 rushing touchdowns.
I got it. Go ahead, continue on.
Okay.
I got it, though.
4 TDs, 3.2 yards per carry is their average.
Watch this.
5 red zone attempts. Last year, they were this QB is QB 8. Last year, they were QB 29. They were 29 for 219 completions and 341 attempts, passing at 63%. Only 2,070 yards last year passing. 8 touchdowns, 7 picks, 67 rushes for 265 on the ground and 2 touchdowns, 4.0 yards per carry, and 11 red zone touches. So, yeah.
I've been staring at the camera this whole time.
for it.
Quinn, make sure you zoom in on that part when we do it. Caleb Williams.
No, it's not Caleb. But I'll give you a hint on this one.
I was hype. I was confident.
It's close. Like, the stats definitely kind of like suppressed, but he didn't play, this player, after week 11 last year, so he did have an injury. But this year, he's definitely opened a lot of eyes. He's put some respect on his name for sure.
Sam Darnold doesn't run, though.
Not Sam Darnold,
I didn't
but
think
of
so.
that
Okay,
ilk.
strike two.
But of that ilk. He's definitely a resurrection arc. He's in a redemption arc.
Oh, Kodak Prescott.
Nah.
Ah, strike 3. I'm out.
Yeah, this one's Danny Dimes.
Oh, my
Danny
God.
Dimes. 5-1.
That's a
Danny
good one.
Dimes. QB8. Yo, QB8.
I forgot his running aspect. Yeah, that's tough.
This guy got some legs on him.
Yeah, pause. That's a shout out to him.
Pause, yeah. Whoa. So we got a tight end, wide receiver, and a running back. What we doing?
Quinn, did it go out? Oh, okay. Running back.
Ooh, all right, this one's gonna be tougher. This is currently the RB 56 on the year.
Golly.
He has a total of 16.8 points.
Jeezy.
He averages 4.2 points per week. He has 26 attempts for 74 yards. He has not scored yet this year. He averages 2.8 yards per carry.
Good chippity.
13 targets, 8 catches, 54 yards, and randomly has 132 return yards. I'll give you the hint. That happened in week 2. Versus his stats last year, he finishes RB 26, so one of the more undervalued running backs last year. He had a total of 163.30 points. He averages 9.6 points per game last year. Just under 200 attempts with 192 rushes, 839 yards on the ground rushing, 5 touchdowns. He averaged 4.4 yards per carry. He also went along with 53 targets, 38 receptions for 284 yards receiving, a touchdown, and he had 7 red zone touches, 61 yards returning last year, and 2 fumbles lost. 5 fumbles, 2 lost last year. So he had a bit of a fumbling problem last year. This year he had some competition, looks like, coming in to take his job. And he got hurt, missed a couple games.
Antonio Gibson.
But good cast, though. Someone kind of similar. Got their job taken by a draft pick.
Got their job taken by a draft pick. Raheem Mostert.
Good guess, though. I think he was last year. Was he humming?
We
We
did Quinshon already, I thought, right?
Yeah, Quinshon's a rookie, though, so he don't have a last year.
Yeah, duh. All right, that don't count. I'm still on strike 2. Took somebody's job.
Somebody took his job, it seems like, this year.
Oh.
He's taking a back seat.
All right, I'll just use it. NFC or AFC?
NFC.
Okay. Tyrone Tracy.
Yes. That was a good one. I was thinking about, I'm like, should I say something like a Dodge or something? Should I give him a hint? But that was a good pull. He was somebody I was going into the season really had high hopes on.
Agreed.
Definitely.
I thought he was going to, keep Cam off of his job.
Somewhat,
Honestly.
yeah. All right.
So what we got, so tight end and a wide receiver, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Tight end.
Currently, tight end 3. They have a total of 66.30 points on the year. Scored 7.90, so they have 1 clunker, 9.8, 17.7, 9.4, and 21.5. They have 33 targets for 24 catches, 243 yards, and 5 touchdowns. They also have 5 red zone targets. They're averaging 13.26 points per game versus last year they finished as the tight end 27. Only a total of 82.6 points. They averaged 8.26 points per game last year. 52 targets turned into 42 catches for 496 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 6 red zone targets. However, they did miss 7 games last year and left early in 1 when they got hurt. So it was pretty much a lot.
Sorry, I didn't look.
No, you're good. Tight end 3, currently, 66.3 points total. They average on the year 13.26 points per game. They got 33 targets, 24 catches, 243 yards receiving, and 5 touchdowns with 5 red zone targets. Last year, they finished tight end 27, 82.6 points, 8.26 points per game, 52 targets, 42 catches, 496 receiving, 2 touchdowns, 6 red zone targets.
Kincaid?
Close. This player missed 7 games and exited.
Fergie.
Close.
Damn,
very close.
Fergie missed time too.
He's
That's
right
why
on
it got
Fergie's
me.
heels.
Yeah.
He's right on his heels. He's known for missing time every year.
Oh, Georgie. Damn, that's 3 strikes.
This ain't Texas.
Oh, Schultz.
Dallas Goddard, but yeah, close enough. Close enough. I was like, I forgot he was there.
Trash on that one. Oh, I should have known Dallas Goddard when you said 21 for the points.
Yeah, this past week he had 21.
Yeah, I should have known. Damn, I'm not doing good this week.
You good? Do we have one more in us or? Okay. Wide receiver to wrap it up. This one's currently wide receiver 12. They got a total of 71.82 points on the year. They average just under 12 points per game. 40 targets, 29 catches, 390 receiving, 3 touchdowns, and 4 red zone targets. And they have a completion for 8 yards randomly this year, dating back, I think it's week 2. Or no, actually just this past weekend. Last year, they were wide receiver 46. They averaged, or the total was 120.6 points, averaged only 8 points per game, 83 targets with 58 catches, 744 receiving yards, and 2 touchdowns with 5 red zone looks, 4 rushing attempts for 12 yards, and 2 2-point conversions.
2-point conversion should be helping. But I'm trying to think. It was last week. Who threw a pass?
Randomly. 8-yard pass.
This just was a couple of days ago. Who threw the pass? You know it. Shiza. AFC or NFC?
AFC.
Hopkins? That's strike 1. Threw a pass. Wait, is it what position?
Wide receiver.
That's what I thought. Okay. AFC. South. Texans, Jags, Colts. No. Jerry Jeudy? Strike 2. That was a random ass guess.
No, he's humming this year. Last year he didn't do nothing.
Oh, okay.
Jerry Jeudy was the opposite. He was humming last year. I think
it's an elite wide receiver throwing a pass.
He's playing. He's definitely draft status as elite. He played elite.
All right. Sorry about that. We have to protect the equipment. Had a little bit of a technical difficulty. So.
We were spitting some heat, and the camera overheated, and that's what happened.
That's one way to put it. I'll take it, though. All right, I'm on my third guess for tight end. And sorry, Quinn. We apologize. No, it's not tight end. It's a wide receiver. He threw an 8-yard pass last week. Who the frank is this?
He don't be jogging. He don't be hurdling. He be think of emotion. He don't be jogging. He don't be crawling. He don't be wiggling.
You be running?
He be sort of like a run, but it'd be more like a
Gliding?
sorta. You on the right path. Think of them nouns. I'm sorry. No, adjectives. Excuse me. Am I? No, that's not an adjective. That's like a action word.
The verb.
Yeah, there we go.
I was gonna let you rock. I was gonna let you rock on that one.
Excuse me.
This is a bad week. AFC East, Jets, Patriots, Dolphins. What's the third team? Fourth team? Khalil Shakir?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I was cooked.
You were close though. This one was Jalen Waddle.
Jalen
Waddle. That's what I was thinking. Like maybe get the Waddle. Like I don't know.
He did throw a random ass pass, yo.
Jalen Waddle is our wide receiver 12. That took me aback. I forget who has Waddle right now in our league. 'Cause I know there's a lot of trading.
Alex Goofy.
But oh yeah, him. Yeah. But Jalen Waddle. Somebody was like, wait, what? He's wide receiver 12. It's like, dang.
Yo, I'm disappointed about that one. I ain't gonna lie. I forgot he got his stats back up to like top 10 status.
All Gucci. But yeah, that was Guess the Player for the Week, y'all. Dan brings it each week. Trust me.
1 for 3. That was a bad week.
Trust me. I'm trying to deep dive a little bit.
But those are good ones. Those are good ones.
Appreciate it. Rapid fire. Let's get it, Dan.
All right, rapid fire. Week 7, starting October 16th. Our Thursday night game will be Steelers-Bengals.
Steelers on the road. I like them to get a dub.
I like the Steelers as well. Raiders-Chiefs. I know who you're picking. I'm picking the Raiders.
I feel it. I love it. Patriots-Tennessee. Pats on the road.
Patriots.
Excuse me. Dolphins on the road at Cleveland. I'm sorry. I'm also going Patriots.
Dylan Gabriel's bad, and Shador Sanders comes in and leads the Cleveland Browns to a victory over the Miami Dolphins. That's my hot take. One bold prediction for the week.
I also like Cleveland in this game. I don't know why, but I think the Browns, this could be the game where Mike McDaniel gets fired.
The London game, mate.
The London game. I like the Jaguars, and I'm kind of mad at Stafford still. So I kind of like the Jaguars. I think their defense is just a bit better. Without Puka, though, that's kind of what I want to see. So maybe Stafford lights it up individually, maybe a close game late, but I can see the Jaguars winning. They played overseas pretty well, so they're pretty often too. So,
wow, for sure. I'm gonna go with Jacksonville as well.
New Orleans at Chicago.
Chicago.
That's a game I'm trying not to watch a snap of. No offense. Philly at Minnesota. That's a game I'm locked in on this 1 o'clock slate.
Eagles going on 3-game losing streaks. Their fans are on the bridge.
Yeah, I love that. That'd be hilarious. I would also like that, but I do think they get right. I'm just not sold on either quarterback, but I think Jalen Hurts will have a better day and get it done.
Panthers, Jets.
Jets are going to go 0-7, and I promise you, I'm going to just start drafting the email I'm going to send to Woody Johnson the end of the season. I promise you, I'm just going to start weekly, just like adding tidbits, like every week, just like start drafting the email. Like so far, it's October, blah, blah, blah. I haven't witnessed anything competent. Like now you're being sued in the media for X, Y, and Z. Like I'm just going to just every couple weeks, just start adding to it.
Everything that's not progressive football.
No, just not progressive football. Like, not progressive ownership. You run any other company like the Jets are ran, that thing is out of business. Like, and you're looking goofy. So, whatever. But I got the Panthers walking up in MetLife and beating the Jets and making them 0-7.
Colts, Chargers in LA.
This is a game I'm very locked in on.
I'm very locked in.
I want to say the Chargers. I think I got to see if Quentin Johnson plays, but I wouldn't be surprised if Indian wins. But give me the Chargers at home.
The Chargers' run defense any good?
They lost Khalil Mack, I know that, and I don't think they've been the same since. They lost to the Giants that time, and they lost to another team put up a lot of points. The Dolphins just put up 27 on them. Had a big game.
Damn, I don't know about this game. Colts by a field goal.
This game I'm definitely gonna try to watch. It's gonna be a good one. I can see something like that late.
Giants, Broncos.
Give me Broncos. I think they beat both New York teams back-to-back weeks.
Yeah, for sure.
Close game though.
Packers Cardinals.
Without
Kyler.
Kyler, yeah, Packers by a mile. But
Packers by a mile.
even with, I'll take Green Bay.
Yeah. Interesting game here. NFC East showdown between the Commanders and the Cowboys.
Give me Dallas at home.
Give me Dallas at home. Yeah. I need CD to go berserky. Falcons Niners.
I want to say Atlanta. I think they're picking up some steam. I'm gonna go Atlanta on the road, primetime game again.
I agree. They're picking up steam. Bijan's playing well. Penix, the London connection is ridiculous.
Real.
Buccaneers Lions Monday Night Football.
Whew. I hate picking against the Bucks and Baker. He's really playing well. I just don't know the receiving. I think Mike Evans plays just because I feel like they would have put him on IR if he was going to miss more than 3 games.
Yeah.
So that's kind of my thought. I think if he plays, it'd be more competitive. If they had a Book, I would definitely go Tampa. I think Detroit gets it done at home. I think they're pissed off from last week. And I think their offense kind of, I think they'll hang 30, but I think Tampa Bay will hang strong with them for a time.
I feel like the Lions and Bucks had a banger. It was either last year or 2 years ago.
Definitely.
But it was an OD game, and I'm pretty sure the Lions won. I'm going with the Buccaneers. I keep, every week, the Eagles. The Eagles one's the one thing, and that was, Baker was trying to squeeze a ball into the pocket of the end zone, and through the pick. That changed the whole game. They should be undefeated. He has to prove me otherwise. Comeback wins, we've seen it. Now we've seen the dominant win.
We did see a comeback win with our eyes.
They're good. They're good, bro. And I'm sure Brian Branch is gonna get suspended. So they're definitely gonna miss some pieces over the top. And Tej Johnson looked like he was back at Oregon last week. So I'm gonna go with the Buccaneers. Innocent until proven guilty.
Feel that.
And then the last game, Monday night doubleheader. That's a drubbing. Houston and Seattle, Texans Seahawks.
My boy Darnold's been playing football lately, so I'm gonna go Seattle. They got a better defense. I think at home too, especially if it's a sloppy game. Because Houston, they're usually playing indoors, so if it's rainy or anything, elements, I can see that being an advantage to Seattle.
For sure, ski. All right, that's rapid fire. This might be a little bit of a longer one, so we appreciate y'all rocking with us to the end. Call your mother, brother, sister, father, grandma, auntie, nephew, nieces, and all of them. Tell them you love them. Check on your people. R.I.P. D'Angelo. That was rough. King of Neo Soul.
Had to double check that to see if it was a
for real. Battling pancreatic cancer in private, so prayers to his friends and family.
For sure.
3 classic albums, literally the King of Neo Soul. R.I.P. to him. And shout out our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Jared, you got any shout outs?
Shout out to Aaron Glenn for being one of the most incompetent head coaches in his rookie season that I've actually witnessed since Adam Gase. Shout out to Garrett Wilson for unfortunately